Is the crypto bull run over? There's obviously a ton of speculation around this right now. So here's what I believe could be the worst case scenario in the short term and what I believe could happen in the long term. In the short term, the worst case is that we still have either a little bit more downside to go or a 2 to 3 month time period where we're going to watch miners continue to capitulate. This is from Ki-Young Ju, CEO and founder of CryptoQuant.com. Now, this could mean we are stuck in a range between like $50,000 and $70,000 Bitcoin. And the absolute worst case that I see is pointed out here by Alex Kruger on Twitter, who, if you guys haven't heard, is covering the Germany sell-off of a ton of Bitcoin. Germany has been behind a ton of the selling pressure on the market right now. Now, they still have 23,700 Bitcoin, down from 50,000. And on top of this, we have the Mt. Gox unlocks, which is scaring a lot of investors. So he ran some math. And essentially, if 30% of the Mt. Gox holders receiving their Bitcoin over the next 90 days all decided to collectively sell that Bitcoin in one instance, on top of Germany selling their entire remaining stack, we're talking all 23,000 Bitcoin, that plus the 30% or so from the Mt. Gox sell-off would equate to about a negative 10.5% dip. Which might sound scary, but the market could easily absorb that amount of sell pressure. It just means we potentially could see a $51,500 Bitcoin. Now, if you really want to get fearful and really FUD the markets, let's say 60% or even 80% were to dump that Bitcoin on the market. You're even then still looking at something around a $45,000 to $47,000 Bitcoin worst case scenario. Now, unless there's a black swan that we cannot predict, that means, well, we are close to the bottom, if not have already set the bottom of Bitcoin's price. However, if we do see a 51K Bitcoin, or again, maybe a potentially high 40K Bitcoin, expect altcoins to get wrecked. Now, long-term perspective for the spot buyers out there, I think right now is a great time to dollar cost average into your favorite products. I mean, when you're looking at this market, there's tons of opportunity out there, whether it's Chainlink, whether it's Solana, whether it's Render. Some of these are down 50, 60, 70, 80% from their all-time highs. When everybody was greedy and wanting to buy at the top of the markets in March, they're now running for the hills and capitulating today. But the fundamentals and the macroeconomic narrative has not shifted. We have Bitcoin spot ETFs. We have Ethereum ETFs coming right around the corner, which institutions expect 33% of the inflows of Bitcoin to go into Ethereum ETFs. And I'm not talking about of the Bitcoin ones. They're expecting 33% of the overall volume that went into Bitcoin to see the same amount of volume go into Ethereum. This is incredibly bullish for the overall altcoin market. You have political candidates that are interested. You have corporations adding it to their balance sheet. You have Bitcoin miners building and, of course, absorbing other smaller miners that are capitulating out of these markets. These are normal historical movements we've seen cycle after cycle, whether it's with Hut 8 or Marathon or any of these Bitcoin miners. Right now, political candidates, governments, corporations, the user adoption is going through the roof and the inflows are not slowing down. We just had the highest inflow day for Bitcoin ETFs on Monday this week. Yes, this is bullish. Now, what I want people to understand, though, is when we do see a bullish long-term in this market, whether Bitcoin gets to 75K, 85K, or 95K, understand that I don't believe markets are going to get what they once expected. That is one, a crazy 150K Bitcoin price prediction. I've said this entire year, I don't even think 100K is necessarily possible. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong because we will all be insanely profitable if that's the case. But two, is the alt season. You guys need to realize that there is tens of thousands of more altcoins on this market, and Bitcoin and crypto entirely is only a $2 trillion market. So even if we do go to a $5 or $6 trillion market cap, just know that money's got to be distributed in a lot more ways this time around. So if you guys are holding these altcoins, don't be trusting and FOMOing into these influencer predictions that are telling you, oh yeah, Render's going to go to $100 or Chainlink's going to go to $500 this year. Understand, as we see profits, as we do see the majority of investors get back into that realized profit, take those profits, okay? If it's 2x or if it's 20%, it doesn't matter. Risk management, risk adjust, because you need to be prepared for whatever is about to happen in these markets.